Hey, it's Gamer Girl Graham. Yeah. So, I am actually going to change my fully gamer channel to S'mores Gaming and Shenanigans, or S'mores S'mores Gaming Shenanigans. So it'll include like cheaters, glitches, all that weird stuff that goes on. But today we are going to work on how to fix your scratching post. Now, this is some 100-foot 3 by 8 inch twisted Cecil. It's actually made out of bamboo because my cats like bamboo better, and it's actually better I feel it's better for their nails, and it just suits them better. They enjoy scratching this way more than the regular Cecil. So what I do is I unravel the whole roll. Like, I unravel the entire thing, and I start wrapping it around my hand and my arm, like loose around my arm, but hands with like bigger, And so then I end up with a pile like this, which is easier to maneuver. I had to cut all this and then scrape some of it off because wherever I got this from, they glued it. You can glue it. I suggest just gluing maybe the beginning, the middle, and the end if you're gonna go that way. I myself use a staple gun. I got a big toolkit for a reason. It doesn't really matter which way you go with it. My tongue is not working so well today. I line this up with, you see I have this like fancy part that's in between, so I have to wrap it I wrap the top and then I wrap the bottom, and then because they like using the top so much, when the one side is worn out, I actually just flip them over, and usually when I flip it over, they'll be scratching the top while I have time to fix the bottom. This time I flipped it, and I had Opal as a new cat, so she was just going bananas on it. She had no idea, I don't know. Self-control was not her thing. Still isn't. All right, so I'm gonna staple that sideways, and because I can see it's a little bit loose, I'm gonna go long ways as well. Ooh, did I run out? Always check and make sure you didn't run out of staples in your staple gun. And then sometimes they get caught. Okay, so I have exactly 2 staples left. I'm going to not go across. Good thing it malfunctioned, because I don't want to go across now, now that I know that's all I have. So you wrap it along here, and you just keep going as tight to the next row as you can. So like, you see how I'm trying to go right on top of that next row, so that way it doesn't separate. I get no separation, which leads to more durability. I know it sounds like it won't, but it will. It does make a difference. I've done it loose before and it just didn't work out well. So now I'm gonna take my pile and I'm gonna move this around because it's starting to get caught up. Tightened. I mean, if you're good at geometry and math and all that, you could just, measure and then measure up and down, measure the width, measure the length, but I'm not doing all that for this, It's just a scratching post. I'm just gonna keep going around. When I staple the beginning and the end, which is why I choose to pack it tightly. I just make sure it's all one, very uniform. I did this other side. You can see the other side came out pretty good. I have some separation on the top, which was a unforeseeable consequence. I was trying to save on staples, so as you can see, because I need a total of 2 staples for the top, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and I never staple it to the top or the bottom piece because, obviously, because then I would never be able to take the screws out and flip the actual scratching part, the posts themselves. So I'm gonna stop here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just bring this whole pile of Cecil all the way around a bunch of times, and it's so much easier now that it's hand shaped, you know. Just move the whole pile around. And some of it's separated, so that's what I do. I keep going. My cat's getting a little curious. Of course. I keep going. And it doesn't take long at all, and honestly, this saves you money in the long run because, and plus, you know, they usually scent their beds up and they get to like their furniture, and it becomes their favorite, and then you don't want to get rid of it because it's kind of like, you know, they put their scent all over it, they love it, you know. I actually rub catnip on this when I'm done, and then if you're feeling whimsical, you can put a little cat grass on the bottom and in the bed. I do that sometimes as well. Okay, I'm gonna turn this like this, so see how the pile just tightened right up? That's why I do the hand crank maneuver that I do. I can't tell which end is which now. Yeah, since I do this the way I do this, it really never tangles like this. I'm really surprised, actually. Okay, I see the problem. That little rogue piece. Okay. Now I can tell what's happening. What's the happening? So my tip of the day is going to be non-related to this, just because it's a problem that I ran into recently. Some of you may know, I might have mentioned that I started online dating. It's not all it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of scammers on there. Ladies and men, don't just give your phone number out. Okay, there's people can talk to you enough to get enough information from you, and then use your phone number plus that little bit of information like where you went to high school, or your phone number plus a picture or something like that. Never send a picture over the phone to these people until you've met them and talked to them a while and got to know them in real life for a while. It might seem like you're getting to know these people, and you know they would never do that. I know them. I've talked to them. You've only talked to them on the phone or online, or maybe you met in person once. That's not enough to form a bond, especially a guy with a girl. Okay, they can still scam you. And it goes the other way around. It's really not gender specific, but for me, it's just happening more with guys. I mean, I don't care who you date. I'm not really specific. Well, gender specific, really. I call myself an equal opportunist. So, I'll give anybody a shot. I mean, who knows who my soulmate or whatever is, who knows? And, you never know. Your soulmate could be somebody you never thought of, or like somebody you never thought of that way, or they could be somebody that, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say while I'm doing this. It could be somebody that you weren't expecting, so you just never know which way life is going to go, and just keep an open mind, but do not give that information out. Please keep yourself safe online. Same goes for when you're gaming, okay? When you're gaming online, those people, yeah, you can build friendships online. I'm not saying you can't. But those people are not your friends, okay? Don't tell these people. You might be socially awkward, you might have issues, whatever it is. Do not tell these people your life story. Don't give them information that they can later make fun of you. And my rule of thumb is, now is, don't give them any negative anything, because they will jump on that. Any negativity, people are gonna jump on. They're gonna make fun of you. They're gonna do that because that's how people are. Disgusting as it is, human beings are just assholes. So keep yourself safe. Don't send pictures. Don't send your phone number to people that you don't know. They can do a lot with a phone number, you'd be surprised. So that's my tip of the day while I'm arguing with this Cecil. I always say you don't really know anybody, not truly, until you can anticipate what they will do in a crisis situation, or do they have your back in a crisis situation? What would they do in that crisis situation? And is it something that you would condone, or is it something that you wouldn't condone? And that's the rule of thumb. So I got really tangled here, as you can see. But because I wrapped this with my hand, I got that untangled pretty quickly. I'm just gonna have to wrap this through here, and that should take care of that knot. I don't know how that formed, but yep, took care of it. And I am almost done, and I'm making sure that this is still tight. Yeah, that's the other thing. Don't get overly excited about talking to somebody. Yeah, might seem like you have a lot in common and whatever. Just don't get your hopes too far up. It's okay to get them up, maybe halfway. Keep your little wall up, okay? Just saying, it'll hurt less in the end. Oh. Ooh, every once in a while, you will grab that at the wrong angle and it'll go right up your nail shaft. So, almost done. I'm gonna rewrap this whole thing after I'm done with this one, I think. Just because it's so tangled. And by the looks of things, I'm gonna have some left over for the next time. So 100 feet actually goes a long way when it comes to scratching posts. And then your cat will be happy. And you'll be happy because your cat's not scratching your furniture. Whew, itch. They might still be annoying you, but you won't be getting your stuff scratched out. I also trim my cat's nails on a regular basis. Well, I try to. It's kind of hard with Dr. Lynx. He's kind of feisty. Doesn't like his feet touched. Opal has a trapping issue, so I get help from my roommate with that. 'Cause she crazy. Okay, the top, making sure that it's nice and tight. Grab that again, go around. And normally I would just have this in one pile and go around and around, but since it got so tangled, which is really bad for camera. And yes, this is all my knitting stuff I've been keeping on this bed. Opal laid on the bed, and Dr. Lynx doesn't like that she's sat on his bed, so he hasn't been using it. So I've been using it for that. Okay, so here's the home stretch, and this is the part you're gonna wanna pay attention to, is you're gonna try to wrap this as many times as you can on the actual post itself and not getting caught onto the fuzzy part, you know, like the actual top. So I think I'm gonna be able to wrap this around to right there. Yes, okay, and you can feel when it's supposed to end because it just won't go anymore, like that. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go sideways staple because it just seems to lock it in better. And I'm not gonna start the bottom, probably need to like get the other staple again there, or the other staples. Alright, I wanna make sure to position that just right. Now it ends right there. I don't wanna mess this up. I wanna get each one between the braids. Oh man, it's harder to push from that angle. Okay. One braid on one side, one braid on the other side. It's really positioning hard. I think it's because of the top. And my lack of upper body strength. I think I have to work on my hands. I'm working out the rest of my body, not my hands. Okay, right there. Ah, I missed. I got the next row. Well, I'll have to use that last staple for that then. I'm gonna hold this with my feet because I think I'll get better leverage with that. I am doing 4 knitting projects right now, so if anybody wants to know more about that or how to get started, you just leave me a message and I will get back to you. And that's the end. Now I'm just gonna cut like as close to, you know, I'm gonna leave a ½ an inch away from the staple, and that will be the end of my Cecil scratching post, and it's like brand new. And I never have to replace this bed until it gets totally ruined by the cats, which it pretty much lasts their whole lives, and the hammock beds, like they love it. It's like a zero gravity thing for them. So I've used these beds actually for, I think it's been over 20 years. They've changed, you know, companies and all that, but like the essence is still the same, and they just love it. Like I have a peach one for Opal that I re-Ceciled the entire thing because it was in my dad's garage and nasty things happened to it. There's a couple of possums and rats or something. It was weird. But yep, this is how you re-Cecil, and I know you can see like this part has like the bottom row was a little loose. I actually left it that way on purpose because I didn't want to, I was so close to stapling like the Cecil to the bottom that I didn't want to mess that up. So yep, keep it tight and it will be more durable, and it's basically pretty much like it's glued right now. Like I can scratch this and it would just not do anything. So this is how to remake the bed. Eventually, I probably will do a tutorial about how to wash this properly. Believe it or not, yeah, it is washable. You can actually take the posts off and do a very gentle cycle, but you don't put this in the washer. You would wash it a certain way, but I'll do that. I'll do a tutorial for you guys. If you're interested, give me a thumbs up if you want to know more about cats and whatever, how to fix cat stuff. I mean, I have toys that I'm fixing. I have everything, automated stuff. It's ridiculous. They're so spoiled. So yeah, have a nice day. Namaste. Nas kitty day. And I guess, yeah, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and you'll see more kookiness. Either way, if you want a kooky video, you can just ask. And as always, I take requests. So, Gamer Girl Graham, see you later.